assignment to kingdom. Thank you, ma. I need someone from the kids. You guys need to pay attention. I need another word for occupy. Someone else from here. What do you understand by the word occupy? Another word for occupy.
Inhabit.
Inhabit. Thank you. We can also say take up, possess, engage. That's another word for occupy. So number has no value except we are multiplying. What does this mean? If we keep increasing in numbers and we are not occupying, we are not inhabiting, we are not taking up, we are not possessing, our number has no value if we are not occupying. If a large number isn't productive, there is no point. Our number in church as Christians doesn't really matter if we are not occupying, carrying out that heavenly agenda on earth. So it doesn't matter the number of Christians we say we have saved if we are not occupying. It doesn't really matter, because part of God's plan for us is to occupy, to dominate, to carry out those heavenly assignments on earth. So this is some of our work. Now let's take for instance, if we have 100 people that are matured, that are protesting, do we believe that they are going to make more impact than 1 million people that are not matured? I don't know if we agree to that. We have 100 people matured, like they build capacity and they are trying to push a course. They would make impact more than 1 million people that are not mature. They don't know anything. So that is what it means. Like, it's not just by number. We need to build capacity to carry out those heavenly. That is the only time we are occupying. It's not just the number. Occupying also means developing a divine entrustment until it becomes a blessing to our generation. I don't know if we understand that when we develop a divine entrustment. And what does this mean? If we are talking about developing a divine entrustment, when you build capacity in the place of prayer, in the place of fasting, some gifts will come to you. Then it becomes a blessing to your generation. How do we mean? Okay, let's take for instance, if just trying to look for an example to use. Okay, let's take for instance now, even one thing I've come to see in our Christianity these days is, I feel like it talks to everybody, even me right here. We are taking what should come last first. You know, majority of the time when we come to church, it's always, I don't want to generalize, majority of the time it's always because of that thing that we need, that bills that is not yet paid, you know, that rent, or when we are trusting God for one thing or the other. But when we build capacity to develop those gifts that are in us, those gifts are going to make way for us for some of these little things that we take as priority, but we are not building capacity. So like I said, the example I was trying to use, imagine we have built capacity whereby the son of one rich man is just suffering from one sickness, and you have built that capacity that God used you to heal that person. Do you know that the person have the financial resources, easily is going to settle all those things that, but we are not building that capacity. So do we understand what it means to occupy from this example? Do we understand? I'm still going to throw questions to us, so let us be ready for the question. Now, we are going to go to the kind of people that has the capacity to occupy. Who are the kind of people that have the capacity? One of my points this morning was talked about last week. He talked about fruitful stewardship. We didn't put, do we remember? Our last teacher talked about fruitful stewardship. So, who are the kind of people that have the capacity to occupy? Those fruitful stewardship. What does it mean? These are the set of people with the capacity to bring administration to divine provision. I'm going to explain that. I want us to open the book of Matthew 25, 14 to 30. I need someone to read that for me real fast. And someone should please go to the book of John 15 verse 2, 1 Corinthians 14, 1 to 2 also. We might not be able to read the whole of this text, but someone should please read Matthew 25, 14 to 30 for me, please.
Like a man traveling to a far country, who called his own servants and delivered his goods to them. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to each according to his own ability. And immediately he went on a journey. Then he who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them, and made another 5 talents. And likewise he made another 5. And likewise he who had received 2 gained 2 more also. But he who had received 1 went and dug in the ground and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants came and settled accounts with them. So he had received 5 talents, came and brought 5 other talents, saying, Lord, I have delivered to me 5 talents. Look, I have gained 5 more talents besides them. His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful. Oh, I read that.
All right, thank you. This story is similar to our text this morning. So it's talking. I talked about fruitful stewardship, being productive with what you have been given to. That's what it's trying to tell us. So the kind of people that have the capacity to occupy are the fruitful stewardship, those that have developed their gift. Whatever God entrusts to us, we must make a kingdom gain out of it. That is fruitful stewardship. Whatsoever gift the Lord has put into you, you must make a kingdom gain out of it. It should not be for a selfish interest. It shouldn't be for, if you are praying like, God, provide for me, that provision, what was it for? Is it to advance his kingdom, or to just, you see, the place of blessing our family is part of it. Definitely you bless them. But what is your like the big motive behind that gift or that wealth that you are trusting God to? What is the big motive there? So whatever God entrusts to us is not for selfish interest. We must make a kingdom gain. Let us hold on to that word, kingdom gain, out of it. Any gift, if you find yourself so talented in singing, that is a gift. Do you want to make a kingdom gain out of it? Are you working? So there must be, we all have gifts. How are we building capacity? What is our goal to make a kingdom gain out of some of these gifts? Fruitful stewardship means building capacity to use our divine gift for administrative or system help. Building capacity to develop our gift for administrative or system help. When we talk about system help, some of our gifts can be used even by the government, by the government of a country. Imagine the time when we had COVID issue. You know, I don't know, like, but with the little I know, I don't think they were seeking out for Christians for solution. It was scientists, but because we have not built that level of capacity, so our gift also can be used for system, for administrative or system help also. Now, fruitful stewardship also is our ability to use our God-given gift, talent, to bring solution to our economy or system or the territory in which we find ourselves. It might not be the whole world, but using that gift to bring solution even to just your territory, that is kingdom gain on its own. That's kingdom gain. Do we have any question? I know it's moving so fast. Any questions so far, or anything you need me to go back to? Am I good to continue? Now, another question is, how many of us has developed the capacity or are developing the capacity? Like, okay, we are still talking about fruitful stewardship. Like I said, we all have gifts. How many of us are developing that capacity to even go to the streets and pray for the sick? Are we working towards that? Or we are just coming to church to just, God, I need this one. God, this is sorted out. Thank you. And then this is the next one. Are we building that capacity down? You know, one thing is, like I was listening to someone, it's based on the way this country, you can't just go to the street and then just want to pray for someone. They might call the police on you. But when we start from people that are our friend, when they are sick, you pray for them. Even if it's not immediately, you might pray for them and then they don't get healed. But when you go back, when you do it continuously, you see that that gift comes in you and you build that confidence. So even that person on the street, you don't even have to imagine someone with cancer that you don't know, and you just approach the person and you say that you are healed of that cancer, and the person know. So